My name's Laura, also known as Biceps, and I'm a personal trainer and author. Okay, so this is a fantastic question. Calorie counting, or should I count calories, is something that I get asked often. And with the majority of my answers to these things is, it depends. With any client that I would have that time where I have an assessment. I would need to get a gauge on their understanding of their nutrition. If my client already has a strong awareness, or they have healthy habits and they are getting a balanced intake of food, then calorie counting for me isn't essential. I think in some circumstances it can be a useful tool over a short period of time to gain a better understanding of what you're eating. There's been multiple times in my experience where I've asked a client to, tell me what you've eaten for a week. And the surprise on their face when you say, do you know what, that green juice that you had is actually 40% of your daily, what you need to live your life to the energy that you have. So it's making them aware of some things that perhaps they thought were really good for them, potentially weren't, or they could get better nutritional value from the same level or portion of food. So no, I don't think it's essential. I think if it works for you to gain an understanding of what you're eating, absolutely. Do I think you need to follow it to the letter? No. We should be able to, as a PT, to empower and educate our clients to be able to select their food or plan what they're eating in a week without having to weigh and measure every single thing. How boring is that? Dealing with something as a topic as sensitive as binge eating is a challenging part of my role, and absolutely I'm dealing with people's fitness but also their nutrition. And when you're managing a client, it's very important that we have that initial assessment. And we do have to have an understanding of where they're at with food and their awareness. But depending on the client will depend on whether they're forthcoming or not to share such sensitive information. And from my own personal experience, I know that can be quite challenging because there is a bit of a stigma attached to it, as if it's a bad thing or something that you need to hide. When in actual fact, it's my role within the scope of my practice to try and educate and give good practice to people, to try and make them have a better relationship with food and nutrition. And I think it's one of those things where it can be, there are various triggers, I would say, that people could have, and I guess from my own personal experience, when things are good, things feel easier to manage. When you're having a tough time, when you're not feeling so good about yourself, it can be much easier to fall into that position where you're back to square one. And I think the reality is that not every day is going to be amazing, and you have to take each day as it comes and just try to set yourself up for success. And whether that means preparing what you're going to eat for the week, or perhaps do any sort of tracking, or perhaps if that feels too obsessive to you, just making sure that, at the bare minimum, you're eating well and you're eating as many vegetables and high protein as much as you can, and try to focus on the positive things. If you have a bad day, that's okay, but just try to manage the bigger picture. Nothing's gained or lost in a day.